Welcome to This Explainer. Look, if you've been following the AI space even a little bit, you already know that things are moving at absolutely blinding speed. But honestly, a lot of us are still stuck using these tools the exact same way we did on day one. We're going to fix that today by charting your evolution from a basic, casual AI user all the way to an architect of your own 24/7 autonomous AI infrastructure. Let's just be honest for a second and dive right in. We literally have access to incredibly powerful tools, but most people are stuck treating trillion-dollar AI models like glorified search engines. You open a tab, you ask a question, you get a paragraph back, and you close it. Sure, you might save 30 minutes a day, but you are leaving massive, and I mean massive, potential on the table. You're treating a totally stateless tool like a magic oracle, completely ignoring its ability to act as a deeply integrated, highly capable coworker.
The landscape right now is just wild. Back in early 2023, OpenAI was completely dominating business adoption. But things shift fast, and Anthropic recently dethroned them, which has sparked this massive token war. We're seeing aggressive free trials and expanded usage limits as these giants just battle it out for dominance. What this actually means for you is that mastering these systems, specifically learning how to squeeze every single ounce of utility out of them without burning through your token limits, is absolutely more critical than ever.
So, to truly leverage this technology and stop wasting its potential, we need to map out your journey through 5 evolutionary levels of AI mastery, starting as an enthusiast, moving to beginner, scaling up to intermediate and advanced, and finally peaking at architect.
All right, the AI chatbot trap. This is where the vast majority of users get stuck, and escaping it means finally moving beyond those basic, forgetful, stateless sessions.
Level 1 is literally like having a genius intern who has complete amnesia every single time you talk to them. They forget your name, they forget your company, they forget everything when you come back from lunch. That forces you to do all the heavy lifting of carrying context from one session to the next. Now, the cheat code to reach level 2 is creating projects. By setting up a dedicated project with reference docs and a system prompt, you're basically handing that intern a folder. Suddenly, the AI remembers your past decisions, it knows your brand style, and it understands your ongoing context. But even with that memory upgrade, you're still just talking to a web browser.
And because of that, you eventually hit a hard ceiling. Why? Well, because a web browser chatbot cannot actually execute actions on your local machine. You are still the absolute bottleneck here. Manually copying code, pasting it, downloading files, and moving data around by hand. The advice here is super simple but incredibly profound. Stop trying to make chat do everything.
To reach the next tier, we have to unlock the desktop coworker. We're mastering levels 3 and 4 now by moving directly to the Claude desktop app and into your terminal.
This is where you can scale things up massively. Using a feature called work trees, you can actually fire off multiple AI subagents to work in parallel. Imagine spinning up 3 completely isolated Git workspaces. One agent is writing a brand new feature, another one is over there fixing a bug, and a third is writing your tests. All of this happens at the exact same time, and they never overwrite each other's files. It's a total game changer.
Now, as you can probably guess, running a parallel team of AIs can get really chaotic really fast. To stop yourself from drowning in a sea of terminal windows, the cheat code is Claude's new agent view. Think of this as your centralized command dashboard right inside the CLI. It lets you seamlessly orchestrate all this parallel work. You can instantly jump between different sessions, give a little nudge or input when an agent gets stuck, and just sit back and watch as completed tasks turn green.
Before we push all the way to total hands-off autonomy, you have to equip your digital team correctly. This means outfitting your agents with CLIs to get maximum efficiency out of your context window.
Look, right now, everyone is rushing to use raw APIs or the super popular Model Context Protocol, MCPs. But here is the secret. Command line interfaces, or CLIs, are actually fundamentally superior and way faster for autonomous agents. APIs spit back massive, heavy JSON snippets that are meant for traditional code, not AI agents. MCPs, they require you to load up huge, bloated tool descriptions. CLIs, on the other hand, give you clean, pre-formatted text outputs. Plus, they often use local SQL app mirrors, which means no network round trips and no annoying rate limits slowing your agents down.
I really want this specific metric to sink in. 35 times. Real benchmarks are showing that MCPs consume 35 times more tokens than a CLI for the exact same task. As your workflows get harder, MCP reliability actually drops to about 72%, while CLIs stay glued near 100%. If you force MCPs for everything, you instantly bloat your context window.
This pushes the AI into what we call context rot, where it literally just starts forgetting your most important instructions. But what happens if the software you need doesn't even have a CLI? Well, there's a cheat code for that too, and it's a tool called Printing Press. It's basically a CLI factory and library. It lets your AI completely bypass missing public APIs and turn virtually any software platform into an efficient CLI in minutes. It reads the platform's structure, reverse engineers it on the fly, and generates a native command line interface for your agents to use. This will literally save you thousands of tokens.
All right, you've got parallel agents organized, and you've got hyper-efficient CLI tools equipped. You are finally ready for Level 5, the always-on architect.
At this absolute peak, we introduce the open-source Hermes agent. It relies on 5 core pillars to function autonomously. It uses memory to constantly understand you and your environment. It uses skills, which are highly repeatable markdown playbooks. It has a distinct soul or personality profile. It uses crons for scheduling, but most importantly, it runs on a self-improving loop, meaning it actually learns from your corrections and rewrites its own skills over time to get better and better.
The real magic here, the thing that completely transforms your setup, is moving from a reactive tool to proactive scheduled automation. Instead of an assistant just sitting there waiting for you to type a prompt, it becomes living infrastructure. You can literally just tell it, hey, every morning at 6 a.m., run a daily AI news briefing, or monitor my YouTube comments for the next 12 hours, and it will automatically spin up isolated sessions exactly on schedule.
Of course, to get that 24/7 uptime, you don't want your poor laptop burning out on your desk. The move here is deploying this architecture on a virtual private server, or VPS. By installing Hermes inside isolated Docker containers on that server, you give it an independent brain. Then you just connect it to a Telegram bot. Seriously, this means you can be walking down the street, send a quick text message from your phone, and instantly trigger a complex engineering workflow.
Now, as you scale up this 24/7 infrastructure, I have to give you a massive warning. Beware of the mega agent trap. Shoving all of your skills, all your API keys, and all your instructions into one massive shared agent is a terrible pattern. It creates huge security risks and massive context confusion. You want to follow the good pattern. Create segmented, specialized agents. Build a marketing Hermes, build a separate finance Hermes, and give them strictly isolated credentials. Keep it clean, keep it secure.
And as you build out these automated hands-off workflows, you really need to remember this brilliant piece of advice from Anthropic's own engineers. The absolute key to autonomous quality is building verification loops. You have to give the AI a way to check its own work. Have it open a browser, take a screenshot, test the UI, and then iterate until it's right, long before it ever actually sends you the final result.
Ultimately, the final hurdle to reaching level 5, it isn't technical at all. It is entirely about trust. Almost anybody can follow a tutorial and set up a scheduled cron job, but closing your laptop and genuinely trusting an AI with your live systems, that feels reckless at first. The key is building that trust slowly, through low-stakes testing. Let it run a morning summary for a few weeks. Watch it succeed. Are you ready to let go of the steering wheel and let AI actually run your world? Just think about what you could build if you did. Thanks for joining me on this explainer.